If you want to know the real truth about the weather and rain here in Seattle, then you've come to the right place. Stay tuned. My name is Christian Harris. I am the team leader for the Seatown team. I live, work, and play right here in Seattle and have for many years. If you want to know more about living your best life in Seattle, make sure to subscribe to my channel so that you can get notified every week when I upload a new video. All right, let's get into this. So what's the deal with the rain in Seattle? Does it really rain as much as people say it does? Well, let me tell you. There are some places where the rain is rain and you've got all the seasons. And Western Washington is not one of those places. In Western Washington, we really have two seasons. We have rainy season, and then we have 3 months of absolutely gorgeous summer where there's a light breeze, it's sunny, it's maybe 75, 80 degrees, no humidity. It's absolutely gorgeous. And that summertime tends to be between July and September. Outside of that, you could pretty much bank on it being, cloudy. Really, there's a lot of nuance, to the rain and the weather outside of the summers here. There's so many different types of precipitation. You've got your drizzle, your mist, your showers, and just plain old overcast and cloudy. Sometimes it's even referred to as liquid sunshine. So while low levels of sunshine during the winter months can definitely lead to low levels of vitamin D and some seasonal depression, there's definitely something to be said also about someone's mindset and perception around how they interpret the weather and their environment. In some circles, it's common for people to complain about the rain and the drizzle, and they're depressed and they're sad. But then, as soon as the sun comes out and it hits 70 degrees, they're also complaining, oh, it's so hot, I wish it was cloudy. So really, for those kind of people, they're just looking for something to complain about. They're going to complain no matter what's happening. So really, a lot of it has to do with how we choose to respond to our environment. Some people are just going to find stuff to complain about no matter what's going on around them. While others that want to make the most of their lives are going to look for areas of gratitude in any situation and look for opportunities in their challenges. And some may say that the rainy, gloomy season in Seattle is a challenge. But let me tell you, getting out there and embracing the rain, getting out in the rain, that is going to be your best bet. If you waited until the rain stopped, you'd be cooped up all winter long. You got to get out there. You got to go enjoy it. You got to go live life. Life doesn't stop just because the weather is not sunny and ideal outside, right? Right now it is fairly sunny, which is great. I'm recording this it's end of March, early April, so you definitely have some breaks, and days where it's not rainy. So it's not like it's all doom and gloom, rainy, misty weather around here. A lot of it comes down to perspective. When it's raining down here in Seattle, that usually means it's snowing up in the mountains. So learn to ski, learn to snowboard, enjoy those winter sports. It's a great way to get outside when it's otherwise cloudy and rainy down here. It's definitely a good idea to invest in one good set of rain gear. Then you can get outside and hike all year long and not have to worry about it. One of the nice things about the weather here in the winter is it really doesn't get that cold unless you're up in the mountains. It rarely gets below freezing. So it may be wet, but it's really, not that cold usually. So maybe start taking some vitamin D. Maybe you can, get a membership at an infrared sauna place like We Sweat here in Seattle. I actually bought an infrared sauna, which really helps on those dreary mornings where I'm feeling kind of cold. Get in the sauna, it kind of revitalizes me, it flushes out my system, and I'm good to go for the rest of the day. So let's also, take a step back. And look at the larger perspective. One of the reasons that Seattle is such a beautiful place to live in Western Washington in general, and so green and lush, is because of all the water, because of all the rain. So really, this area wouldn't be as beautiful if it didn't have as much rain. Feeding into the streams and the rivers and ponds and lakes. So this area wouldn't be nearly as green and lush if it didn't get so much rainfall. And really, in the grand scheme of things, Seattle actually gets less rainfall per year in inches than the majority of the country. But you just have more overall cloudy days. So the amount of rainfall is less than the rest of the country, but the number of days that it's cloudy or misting is more. So just remember that Seattle needs all this rainfall to be green and beautiful and lush and be the place that people love enjoying. You don't have droughts because of that. Lots of super clean running water and tap water. Power is really cheap because there's so much hydroelectric because of the rivers. So really there's a ton of benefits of living in a place that has a fair amount of rain. Not to get too philosophical, but sometimes you can look around, you see the green and the growth and the flourishing of the plants, and kind of reminds me to always be looking to grow and flourish and thrive and continue learning as well. I know, that was a little cheesy. What are you gonna do? So really there's only so much I can talk about when it comes to weather and rain, so I'm going to end the video there. But if you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe to this channel. I hope it helped. Maybe drop me a comment, let me know what you would like to know about living your best life here in Seattle, and I'll make a video on that.